Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode here on Gladiator Disc Golf. Today we have a very special episode for you guys. We're doing a disc comparison. Alright, I have just recently done a disc review on the Discraft Hades. I'll put the card right up here so that you can open it and watch it after this video. Now the Discraft Hades is a brand new disc to the Paul McBeth series lineup, and it's a great disc, as you'll find out in my disc review. But something that caught my eye that I find pretty interesting is that the Hades has the same exact flight numbers as the as the Discraft Thrasher. Okay, same exact numbers. If anything, the Thrasher might have 5 glide instead of 6, but pretty sure they have the same flight numbers. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to take both of these discs, both of these molds, the Hades and the Thrasher, and we're going to field test them, okay? Is one more overstable than the other? Is one more understable than the other? How do the glides compare? How does the rim feel? All of these things. So I'm super excited for this disc comparison. If you're brand new to the channel, I want to thank you so much for coming and visiting. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you're already subscribed to the channel, I want to thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. I'm hoping that this disc comparison is going to help a lot of people and be super informative. Alright, and the main reason is that both discs have the same flight numbers. Now eventually, a year or two down the road, the Hades is going to be easier to access. But one thing that I'm really interested in knowing is if they fly the same, is it worth spending the extra money for the Hades? Or should you just get a Thrasher, which is going to be cheaper? As far as I know, I don't think there's a single Disc Golf Pro that has this as a signature series, and it's not in the Paul McBeth series lineup. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand. I'm not trashing the Hades. Once again, if you watch my disc review, you'll see that I really do like this disc. But I'm just trying to see, are they the same? Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out. Right off the bat, I have the Thrasher here in Z plastic, so obviously the feel is going to be a little different when compared to the ESP plastic. It feels a lot flatter on the top, on the dome, than the Hades does, okay? So it feels like it's going to be a little bit more overstable, but we'll see. This flat top does feel pretty good though. The rim width, all right, feels great. It feels great in the hand for backhand, and it feels really good for forehand because it has that flatter top. When I hold the Hades, and I'll just use this one here, all right, this one has definitely more dome than this, although not as much dome as that green one I just tossed down. It feels great in the hand. The rim does feel a little bit wider, okay? If you are a Zeus thrower and you like the way the Zeus feels, you're gonna like the way this rim feels because it's pretty much the same, if not exactly the same, but it does feel a little bit wider than the Thrasher. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have smaller hands, the Thrasher might feel more comfortable in your hand. If you have bigger hands, the Hades might feel more comfortable in your hand. Obviously the ESP plastic is going to be a little bit different feel than the Z plastic, so there's not too much to compare there. They both have pros and cons in different weathers. But that's pretty much how they feel in the hand and what I think about them. Let's go ahead and field test them. I'm going to throw both Hades first so that we can see a consistent flight out of them, and then I'll throw the Thrasher to test. All right, we're gonna throw these discs on a flat angle. We don't wanna put any hyzer or anhyzer on them because we wanna see them for their true flight, the way they really do fly. Alrighty guys, so those are the 3 discs. The first 2 were the Hades, the last one was the Thrasher. I've thrown the Thrasher a little bit more because I've had it in my bag for a couple of days extra, or a couple of days more than I have the Hades. And as you saw in that flight comparison, the Thrasher's a little bit more understable even though it does have the same flight numbers. And so what I think is really great about both discs is, first off, the Hades, especially because it's new, there's a lot of excitement around it. People are going to want to be throwing it, and it is understable. You saw it turn in both of my throws, and so it's going to be a great disc for even beginners. However, it is more stable than the Thrasher. And so if you're just wanting something that is an understable distance driver, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the Thrasher. It's a little bit cheaper, all right, because there's no Tour Series, it's not a Paul Macbeth disc, and you don't really have to worry about it being out of stock. Okay, the Thrasher is not gonna be out of stock anywhere. Okay, in fact, I found mine used. All right, it looks brand new. I don't think it had ever been thrown, but it was in the used pile at a disc golf store. So you can find them for much cheaper than even buying them brand new. So overall, guys, they're both great discs. It really just comes down to how much do you want to spend on the disc and how understable do you want the disc to be. If you're looking for something that's going to be pretty understable, can use it as a roller and easily hyzer flip it straight off the bat, I recommend you go with the Thrasher. If you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit more stable, a great counterpart to the Zeus, and something that's going to beat in and season nicely and won't be a roller straight off the bat, I recommend you get the Hades. Ultimately, they're both great discs, and I currently have both of them in my bag, and I use them for different shots. So it's ultimately up to you guys. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and that's all I have for you today, guys. Have a good round.